Look at this, guys. It's a fly river turtle. This is one of the ones that I had gotten years ago, and it came back to me. My buddy Larry sent it back to me, but I noticed a while back the two that are already living in there were picking on him. Now, turns out there is a fly river turtle in there already who is a real jerk. So what I'm gonna do is we're going to take this turtle, I'm gonna put this turtle back in the pond, and we're gonna get, and not hunt, but we're gonna catch up the jerk fly river turtle and put him in solitary.
Thank you to all our loyal Patreon members out there.
This week's shout out goes to Skylar Polhemus.
Because this guy was in solitary for a while. He doesn't seem to pick on anybody. The other turtle, the other fly river didn't pick on him. The thing we got to remember about fly river turtles is they're incredibly aggressive. These guys started their lives in 2001. These guys were illegally imported into the United States and they were confiscated, and many of them went to different zoological institutions throughout the country. There was quite a lot of them that were imported or illegally imported, and they were imported as babies, so they kept them all together as babies. They got along fine, no big deal. What they realized is as they were growing, most of them were male. As you can see, he's showing us his male stuff right there. That was his penis. And so the males tend to be extremely aggressive to everything. Crocodiles they had them in with, they were biting gargoyle tails. They were just all over the place, these guys. So they really couldn't keep too many of them in the zoo institutions. So enter Kamp Kenan. We had these guys, we rehomed a few of them. Fred had a couple. I got them back from Fred. One went up to Aquascape. So these animals definitely are a challenge when they get older. And I thought, hey, this is a large enough pond that we could keep multiple species, multiple animals together. But what I'm noticing is there is a culprit in here who is actually biting the Batagur affinis. And as you can see, right up on the waterfall, if you look, the male Batagur is out of the water. Oh, on the left side. He's way over there. We'll get a closer shot of him, but he's out of the water, and that's because there's a fly river turtle in here that's been picking on him. So I'm gonna try and remove the culprit, put him in this guy's tub, and see how these all get along for a while. And if there is still some issues going on, I'll have to pull out another fly river, and we have another large tub where it's going to live for a while until I can find it a new home or build it a new pond, which I personally don't care. I love ponds, and I know the right people for them. So that's what I got going on. Unfortunately, these guys are too big for me to put in any of the other ponds we have here at Kamp Kenan, and we don't want them to be aggressive to any of the turtles that are just existing peacefully there. So I'm gonna go ahead and release this guy, then I'm gonna jump in with my mask and snorkel, and we're gonna try and find JERKFACE. That's his new name, JERKFACE. Okay, let's get this little dude in.
Look at the little claws you can see.
Yeah, they have remnant claws, and they still use those claws. They'll use those claws to rip away at any kind of vegetation they may be eating. Fruits, they'll rip off the skin of fruits. They like eating fruits, but they are the only freshwater turtle that have paddles just like, or flippers, just like a sea turtle. And of course they got that pig nose, which gives them one of their common names. They're the fly river turtle or pig nose turtle. I love them. They are spectacular, but they're pretty aggressive. Here we go. See you in a minute, buddy. So I'm really excited because we have some cichlids back in here, and there's some really colorful ones that my friend Mike O'Neill sent me. So it's really cool to be in the pond and see some cichlids again. The thing about these cichlids is because they grew up in Mike's garage for many, many years in aquariums, they're so accustomed to people. So I can get really, really close and just hang out with them. In fact, some of them are so tame, they take food out of my hands. This is a beautiful specimen. All right, so we are on the lookout for the fly river turtle, JERKFACE.
But I wanted to show you the Badiger finis that's been kind of getting beat up a little bit, as is the female, Frida. Frida's getting attacked too. But you see what he's done? I noticed he was coming out on here, and I thought, oh, he's coming out because he's trying to get some of the vegetation. But the reality is, even though he's got that nice protective shell, one of these Fly Rivers can kind of nibble away at him on the back. But here is the Badiger finis, beautiful turtle. Again, another animal that was a refugee from the zoo that they could no longer handle. But you see, he was nipping at him back here, nipping at his little feet. So we don't want that to happen, and I want him to stay in the pond.
Where could you see?
Well, you can't really.
Oh, okay,
luckily, there's not a lot of problems, but you could just see.
He's so strong.
He's very strong, huh? But this Badiger finis is a great turtle. I want him to feel safe and happy, okay? You're going to be just fine, little buddy. I notice when there's bullies and we take care of them. Let's get him in the water. Oh, he's gone.
Hey, that turtle pulled a fast one. When I was recording the video, I thought he went in front into the deep portion of the pond, and so I started looking around for him like a knucklehead because I was like, how could that turtle have gotten away so quickly? But as you can see with Matt's footage, he's right back there. Okay, now it's time to continue our search for the elusive jerkface. But the cool thing is this pond is doing awesome.
Trying to find this Fly River. He might be through here.
He has been. Let me go.
Here we go.
Aha! A Fly River turtle. But is it the one I'm looking for? We have a very large one that lives in this pond who actually doesn't do anything to anybody, and I think we might have stumbled upon him. I'll be able to tell because our quarry has got some bite marks on the back of his shell, and that one doesn't. So it is not the turtle I'm looking for. Whose feet are those? Oh yeah, it's Matt. I forgot I got a buddy hanging out with me and helping me with all these videos nowadays. But here we're in the shallow section of the pond.
All right, so if you look up there, you can see the other Badiger finis. She's been hanging out in that shallow stream because the Fly River turtle was even bugging her. And we just saw a Fly River turtle, but it's not the one I'm looking for. It is not jerkface. Jerkface is eluding me. We're gonna have to go back into the main body because I don't see him anywhere in here. So let's go back into the main portion of the pond and we can really close in on this guy and get him inside the new solitary confinement. That's what we got to do.
It's really fun being in this pond because it's 97 degrees outside. The other benefit of being in here is you can notice that when we get in, we stir it all up, and that actually helps all the sediment get up and over into the water fountain, or rather waterfall, and then it goes into that biofiltration where it gets broken down by all the different... wait a minute, hold on a second, people. This is who I'm looking for. We'll talk about that filtration at another time. I gotta see where this guy goes. You can see there are the bite marks on the back. He's the one that's actually doing the biting. They say hurt people hurt people. And in this case, hurt turtles hurt turtles. Now, where did he go? I'm gonna go down and check out this pond cave. Here's the new turtle. Definitely one of the smaller ones. And, well, wait a minute. That's not him. That's the big turtle I saw in the hole. Weird.
I found him.
Did you? Is he down there?
He's over here.
Okay, hold on. Let me come over.
I almost had him.
And just when you think you found your turtle, you're so sure of it, he's gone.
What we do for an episode, huh?
I'm glad we're in the water.
Yeah.
This dude turns out to be really slippery. So
you got
he's not in
underwater
any
video?
of the usual haunts,
Okay,
as
good.
you can see. So I'm just going to kind of get back down and see if he's
Really?
over
Thought you
here
saw.
by this water output that I have where I fill the pond up. But no. And you notice we've stirred this thing up pretty good. Like I said earlier, it's good to stir this pond up. But here he is inside the cave.
Okay.
So
He's right here.
bizarre. These fly rivers are extremely fast. So I want to make sure he doesn't jet out behind me. We're going to keep him here. I got this camera I got to put down, and I got to be fast when I grab him. Good thing I'm still skinny. All right, here we go. Let's get him out of here. Oh, he's doing the Fly River Turtle Boogie, but not going to escape my clutches.
Got him. Okay. He seems... Okay, we got him. Let me show you what's going on with him.
Are these both running?
Oh, they're both running. Okay. Here he is. Jerkface. But it's more of his rear end that tells the sign. Now, it's kind of interesting. Jerkface... Oh, Jerkface. Take it easy, buddy. And I'm only teasing when I call him Jerkface, people. But you notice he's got some bites.
Yeah.
So it's funny. I think because he was getting bit, it makes him aggressive to the other turtles, like sort of frustrated. So there's a larger fly river turtle in there, but for whatever reason, he does not like this guy. So we're gonna pull this guy out, we're gonna put him in the tub, and he's gonna be able to heal fine. And we'll just keep it simple. Beautiful species, beautiful turtle, large. But he was attacking all my other ones. So we're gonna see how it goes. We did clean out another tub a little while ago in case I need to isolate the two. Because usually if you have the one fly river without others, they tend to calm down and they won't attack any of the other animals. But I guess the competition is what they don't like. But these guys can get around on land fairly well. If you wanted to see, they will walk. In fact, there was a story of a fly river turtle that actually was at a zoo, or an aquarium rather, in Europe, got out of its enclosure, went down 4 flights of stairs, and was in the basement. So these guys can get around. I have not noticed these guys getting out of the ponds here at the camp, which is fantastic. They like them, but these are males. You can see where their vent is, way down towards the tip. Very hard to find female fly river turtles in the private sector in the United States. And there have been only a few institutions, I believe the Bronx Zoo has bred and hatched fly river turtles in captivity. Beyond that, in North America, I don't know of anyone else who has. So we're gonna walk over to this tub. Again, this is a necessary thing we're doing here. He'll be fine in here. And eventually, just for a couple of days during the winter, there'll be some large turtles in here, the other badager and so on, because I'm able to regulate the temperature of this water much better. So he's got everything he needs. It's plenty big enough for him. Of course, it's not as awesome as the recreation pond, but he's gonna be okay and he's not gonna be hurting anyone else. And who knows, maybe he'll find a new home. There you go, bub. So he's got places to hide. I come over here, I'll feed him.
There's a whole cave right there.
That's right, there's a whole cave right there. So there you have it, everybody. Another thing done here at the camp that needed to be done. We're gonna see how these other guys do together. I'm gonna keep an eye on the smaller fly river turtle and the other one. If I have to pull that small guy out and put him in the other tub, I'm gonna do it. But I wanted to just kind of see what would happen, because you know they were living in that thing for a couple of years before there were any issues. So I just want to make the animals' lives better. That's what I do. When you are a keeper of these animals, you want to be watching for any aggression. You want to take the appropriate action as soon as you notice something's askew. And I document it here for you guys so you can learn with me. I don't know everything, but I'm trying. But that's kind of the fun. Not knowing everything is why we're here on Earth, you know, to keep on checking things out and figuring things out. So yeah, awesome pond. It's gonna clear up again. What a day for a pond video, I can tell you that. It's pretty warm. So anyway, folks, I think I'm gonna jump back in, relax, and enjoy the tropical landscape that my friends at Aquascape have done. You wanna jump in with me?
Yep.
See you guys. Leave me a comment below.